guys, what's up? It's Trenton Davis podcast. I don't know what number. I am super excited because I got to get Debi Gutierrez. You've seen her on the HBO, you've seen her on The View, you've seen her on The Chew, and she's Emmy nominated. This is a big deal. We're at Brad Garrett's all week, and to be honest, I didn't think she would say yes, but she did. I'm happy she said yes. So Debi, thank you for being on my podcast.
Yeah.
So this podcast is called Father's Day Podcast.
Okay.
So you're the first woman on it.
Good.
However, it's not just a podcast about women.
Okay.
Really what it's about.
You mean about fatherhood?
About fatherhood.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Really what it's about is parents chasing a dream and the sacrifices we make during, and you're a perfect story, but during the career. Right? I mean, everybody has
you
that
just
one
kick
or
them
two.
out of the way.
Is that what you did?
Kick them out of the way. You put a bowl of food on the floor like the cat.
How long have you been doing comedy?
24 years? 24 years. Yeah. You'll see me look back like this at my husband every now and then.
Travis is here too. Travis, you can make an appearance.
I can never remember how old the kids are and stuff. But that's part of the story too.
Yeah, that's what I said. Travis is more than welcome to come here.
Yeah, what happened is as the kids grew,
okay.
One of us had to be at home.
Right.
And it would kill me that people are like, oh, so he's babysitting? No, he's raising his kid. And so there were times in our marriage that we'd have to trade off.
How long have you and Travis been married?
It'll be 21 years in June.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That pause?
Yeah.
But look, 21 years in Hollywood, that's like 80 years.
In dog years, right? Yeah. So anyway, so now this is the first year really that the baby, who's 19, has a license.
Oh, wow.
And a job.
Okay.
And willing to stay home with the dog.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is the first time that we're able to really get out and enjoy the road together.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So how old is your oldest child?
33.
So how many children do you have? We haven't even asked. How many children do you have?
I have 3.
You have 3. So 33, you've been doing it 24 years. So what that means is...
I was married before.
You were married before?
Yeah.
So he or she is 33?
She is 33. Yeah.
So she was 9 when you started doing comedy.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Wait, yeah.
So how did that work? How did you go from, I'm a mother, to, you know what, I'm getting ready to start doing comedy?
I was a teacher.
Oh, you were?
Yeah, but here's
God
the
bless
thing.
you.
Here's the thing, I know. Here's the thing. Since I'm 6, I knew I was going to be a comedian.
Really?
There was nobody around to tell me that I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I used to perform all the time.
Where were you born and raised?
Right here in California.
Oh, you were born in California?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I remember even just because, I'm a believer, and I would pray to God, and then I would stop everything and go, you know what, how about a little entertainment? Everybody comes to you with your problems. How about I just tell you a couple of jokes?
Yeah.
So it just never dawned on me that I couldn't do it.
That's perfect.
And then I would see Johnny Carson, and I would see, the Jewish male comic, one after another come out. Yeah. Never a woman, really.
Yeah.
Joan Rivers, but that was later on. But nobody looked like me.
Yeah.
Nobody sounded like me. Yeah. Nobody had a last name like me. But it didn't stop me. I was that naive.
Right. That's a good thing, though. That's a good thing. Yeah.
I was a child, and so I read The Secret.
Okay.
And I read a couple other books that are all about that whole, send the positive energy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that's
what you've been doing.
I was doing since I was little.
Yeah.
My dad's like, no, you're going to be a teacher. I'm like, okay, but then I'm going to be a comedian.
Right. And even as a comedian, not even, I say even as a comedian, but definitely as a comedian, especially with your style, you're still teaching.
Yeah.
You're definitely teaching. When you're talking to women, I'm not going to tell your act, but when you're talking to women about how to make their husbands happy and how to make a marriage work, it is teaching.
I had a professional dancer. We're in Vegas. We're in Las Vegas at the MGM, and I had a professional dancer come up and say, you're saying everything that those men say to me.
Yes. I believe it 100%. Okay, so how did you go from you're teaching?
Because my dad and mom said, you're not going into show business.
Yeah, you're going to be a teacher.
You're going to be a teacher. I'm like...
How did you get from the classroom to the stage?
Well, first of all, there's not a lot of difference. I worked at a time where there wasn't internet.
Okay.
So you really had to teach. You really had to capture these kids. You couldn't just send them off to go watch the movie or the clip.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I really had to get in there. And then my competition was TV.
Okay.
So, and at that time it was appointment TV. You know what I mean? So
what's appointment TV?
Appointment TV is was way back when when Friends came out and you couldn't tape them. You had to be home.
Yes.
So I had these kids that had to be home.
Okay.
And they would, really get into television.
Right.
So I had to make everything as entertaining as I could.
Yeah.
So I'd have to bring these stories alive, and I'd have to tempt them almost. Like before we read Shakespeare, I'm like, you know what? This guy's been banned in China. Because he's filthy.
You were giving teasers.
Yeah. Like, he's filthy. Oh my God. Murder, sex,
what grade were you teaching?
Nudity. Seniors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right, that's
seniors.
Good.
Sophomores and seniors.
Okay.
I
Do you
loved
remember
them.
your first open mic?
Yes.
Where did you go?
I took a class.
Oh, you did?
At Ice House.
Okay.
I saw it in the newspaper, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to sign up for that. I'm going to give it a try.
Yeah.
And so we had to do 20 minutes at a...
20 minutes?
Yeah.
That's a long time.
It is, for graduation. So
That's long time, though. Yeah.
And again, naive.
Yeah, 20 minutes.
And if you want to teach somebody something, teach a teacher, because they will learn it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So I got in class, I'm writing these notes, and I still have my original notes.
Okay.
And to this day,
I really?
still do some of the things I learned in that class.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know?
People don't realize it's there is a fundamentals to comedy that we build from, right? Rule of three and kind of how to start and build into a set. So, there's definitely those fundamentals that I think, and I'm going to sound old, but I think a lot of the quote unquote younger kids don't get it.
Right.
They don't, but there is a fundamental on how to make people laugh.
Yeah, know your lore, know how to deliver a line.
Yeah.
Step out on a joke, plant, and stay there.
Yeah.
What else? The three that you talked about, the Carson three.
Yeah.
Callback, the power of a callback.
100%.
Never start a set on a new joke, no matter how much you love it. Put it in the middle.
Bury it in the middle. Yeah.
Watch the act before you.
Yeah.
Get a feel of the room.
Yeah.
Take care of the staff.
Yeah.
That's huge. Taking care of the staff, because they're the ones that are going to tell people
to bring you back. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
So do you do the road a lot right now? I'm just going to cut this because I don't want our noise to be on there, and I can edit this out. Do you do the road a lot?
Not anymore. I used to.
Good.
I used to.
Are you happy to be off the road?
Yes. I remember.
I want to get there. Please tell me how to get there.
Gosh, it was 54 days on the road out of 94.
Oh.
Yeah. And I just couldn't do it anymore. I could not do it. I was sick.
You.
I had a little humidifiers traveling with.
Yeah.
And I just had not had a break in probably a month between the performing. So my husband flew out to push me on stage. Yeah. Good. So
was your I won't ask that. I was gonna say, was your first husband supportive when you wanted to go from teaching to comedy?
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
It was kind of my way to get through the divorce and do something I love.
I get that.
And so I don't remember. I mean, of course, he helped with the kids too. The kids went back and forth, and they had plenty of everything, plenty of attention.
Right.
And they grew up around, green rooms, and they called themselves road pups because mommy was a road dog.
Oh, that's so good.
And
So, what do you remember? What age your children first saw you perform?
I don't know if they've ever really seen me.
Really? Even the 33-year-old?
Yeah, until the last couple years.
Right, really?
Yeah.
And so I already know this answer, but I got to do it to give you a shout out.
They love when I'm with Lewis Black. Oh my God, if I'm with Lewis Black, then they're going to come out.
Really?
Yeah. And the baby loves Brad.
Really?
Yeah, she loves him. So
they met him. They've gone with you. And
yeah. They met people.
Yeah.
But it's like the green room. Nobody goes out and watches you.
Yeah.
But they're so nice when you get back, right? Yeah. That's a great set.
You didn't like it.
But they're very they have their favorites of comedians that they like.
Yeah.
And then my oldest is in San Francisco. She loves when I work up there so that I can go and see her.
Do you work Punchline or Cause?
No, I do. I used to do Tommy T's.
Oh, yeah. I haven't done that place in a long time.
But see, it's time to hang up my high heels.
Yeah.
It's been a long road.
Yeah.
You know, and then I see people posting stuff like, oh, just went to Montreal.
Yeah.
Oh, I did the Aspen Comedy Festival. I'm thinking, I did those.
Yeah.
I did them. I had a pilot.
Nice.
I did the comedy festivals. I did all those wonderful comedy milestones.
Yes.
A pilot based on
your life.
On my app.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But there was no phone or Facebook or anything. I just have paper scrapbooks. So look at mommy. Mommy was in Montreal. That was great. The van would come and pick me up, and I would hear them in French say, "We have the American."
Yeah.
Because I was so tiny, they needed to bring a stool so I could get into the van.
What? Really? In Montreal? Did you have fun doing Montreal? Did you love it?
It was crazy. It was being in another country.
Yeah.
And 3 different languages could be spoken at any one time. And it was a real cultural experience.
Okay.
And Montreal comes alive for 14 days of comedy.
Yeah.
The first 7 is all in French. And then the second 7 days are in English.
Yeah. I've never done it.
Yeah.
Yet.
It's an experience. It's an experience. I remember my manager was with me, and Jonathan Winters is coming this way. Because when you're an American, the other Americans will spot you. You know? So, and there's very few. I think there was 2 women, and that was it.
Okay.
So Jonathan Winters is coming over, and he said, he introduced himself, and I said, "How are you doing?" He goes, "I'm out." And then he said something else to me. I just remember somebody from behind going, "Say thank you, say thank you." And I turned around, it's Richard Belzer. It's just, you can't swing a cat without hitting a comic.
Yeah.
And it was just really interesting. And at first you're overwhelmed, but I think within half an hour you're kind of entrenched and you're good.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, I have a lot to learn here.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're teaching, and then you take the class.
Yeah, I take the class, I do my 20 minutes, and like I said, I took all these notes.
Yeah.
And I was real intimidated because it was when that whole Janine Garofalo style of comedy was coming.
Okay.
And at the time they called it alternative.
Okay.
And the women were real pretty in the class, model pretty.
Yeah,
the kind that have 7 solid minutes because they're moving on.
Yeah, they want to be an actor. They just want to be able to put comedy on their resume.
Right.
Got you.
So, so alternative comedy was a hit, and it was just really weird things, and then my uncle molested me.
Oh.
What?
Right.
How's that funny? So, and I know my lore. I studied my lore.
Yeah.
Ever since I was 6.
Yeah.
I knew who the comedians were, and I studied them.
Who were your favorites?
I love Jonathan Winters. I love Bob Newhart. I used to listen to other little kids were listening to,
whatever.
And I'm sitting there listening to Bob Newhart and political comedy and Rich Little and Jonathan Winters.
Really?
Yeah, Mort Saul.
Yeah. Oh, you're naming names.
Yeah.
So did you? Okay. So what year was this when you're doing? I guess 24 years ago when you're doing the Ice House.
Oh, so let me tell you about this. So I'm taking notes on everything.
Yeah.
And then the teacher pulled me aside. He goes, "Let me tell you something. You're going to go further than all these good-looking girls." He said, just focus on what you're writing. Write about what you know. So I call my friend Dawn. I'm like, I'm supposed to write what I know. So we would make egg burritos in the morning, thermos of coffee, take the kids to the park, and just talk about the kids.
Yeah.
No, not even write.
You just talk about
the kids. I'm like, oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down. So the children on stage that I talk about are a combination of my friends' children, my nieces and nephews, my own children, and depending on the group, I'll either talk about them with their real ages or I'll talk about them when they were babies.
Right. And
so it's just 20 years of material.
Yeah.
So when I did the Ice House, I talked about what I knew.
Yeah.
And it was the kids.
Yes.
And my key joke, mommy, 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 that was born right there.
Really?
So I did 17 minutes, almost 18 minutes.
First set. I don't think people realize how hard.
I didn't know any better.
It takes people 2 years to get a solid 20 minutes.
Yeah. What did we say the other day? 1 year equals 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But I studied hard and I did everything the teacher told me.
Yeah.
And but I think I just came with this wealth of knowledge from studying the greats.
And so where did it go from? Okay, so you do your 18 minutes.
Yeah.
And then what's next?
And I'm still a teacher.
Yeah, okay.
And teaching kindergarten. And 8 months into comedy, I got asked to do the Montreal Comedy Festival.
Are you serious? Oh, God almighty.
Yeah.
So how did that happen? Like, where did they see you? How did that happen?
Oh my gosh, this is a great story. We just talked about the other day. We're talking about Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay.
Because I did a tape at the Improv.
Okay.
And the guy asked for $50 for a tape. I'm like, oh my God, I don't have $50. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. So my tape got into the hands of some bigwig agent.
Oh.
Okay. Now, he didn't show much interest in me, but his wife loved the tape. It was a 10-minute tape.
Yeah.
So they were watching Super Bowl. They had a big Super Bowl party, and she goes, girls, come watch this.
Right, and she had them watch. Are you kidding?
She had them watch me. And of course, they're all wives of big mucky mucks.
Yeah, of course.
And so then somebody came along and started to manage me.
Yeah.
And then I changed management, and that particular manager got me my own pilot.
Really?
I mean, I did my own pilot for a sitcom.
Yeah.
Pilot for Rosie O'Donnell.
Really?
To take her place.
Yeah.
The 3 festivals, all in the span of like 5 years.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Wow.
Babies in tow and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at that time, you had 2 kids?
No, we had Pilar 2. She was tiny.
Pilar was 1 when you did your pilot.
Yeah.
Wow. It was within 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do they think? So how do you think you chasing your dream as a mom will impact them? I mean, I think it's a great thing, but how do you think it'll? Because I think so many parents don't chase their people in general, not necessarily parents, but don't chase their dreams. So even though you tell your children you can be anything you want, when you're not living it subconsciously and non-verbally, you're really telling them you can't be anything. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So how just your children seeing mommy take these steps and make these sacrifices?
I don't know if I was chasing a dream. I don't know if they thought I was chasing a dream.
Okay. They thought it was just a job.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so did I.
Yeah.
It was work.
Yeah.
And it was a work experience.
Right.
And I literally clocked in and what do you need me to do?
Yeah.
And, how do you want me to do it? I never, did that whole diva status because I come from a hardworking family. I'm married to a hardworking person.
Yeah.
And so we're very industrious. And so we treated it with the reverence of a job.
Yeah.
A career. And so... But I have to say, when my youngest was in high school, that's when the arguments started with me. Like, this is my dream. I want to do more with this.
Yeah.
It's not just road gigs.
Yeah.
It's not just the TV shows.
Yeah.
It's, I want to do more. And I don't know exactly what, but you need to launch so I can go do this.
You need to do what?
Launch.
Oh, okay.
Get out of the house.
You need to go.
Yeah, you need to go. Have your own dreams.
Right. You go do something so I can do something.
Yeah. And that's hard.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anybody, no matter what your mom does for a living, they still see you as mom.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember getting ready for the Emmys. Remember, babe, I was getting ready for the Emmys and the makeup artist was at the house and the hairdresser was waiting to go next. And I was getting up to make dinner. And she goes, I can't have you cooking while I'm trying to do your makeup.
You're still a mother.
Yeah. I'm looking back and we could have ordered out. What the hell was I thinking?
Oh my God. So how supportive, how much has it influenced you having such a supportive husband and such a supportive spouse? How does it change?
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, here we are 24 years into it.
Yeah.
And I was just talking to one of the guys that works upstairs.
Okay.
And I mentioned that my husband was here. I go, he's still going to the shows. I tell him, stay in the room.
Yeah.
Get some rest. You've already worked all day.
Yeah.
Get some rest.
That's amazing.
And he still goes to each show to be supported.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a big deal.
But he's a musician. I try to go to each show.
Yeah. So do you guys have shows on the same nights? Because Saturday is a big night, right?
Sometimes we perform together.
Do you?
Yeah.
How is that?
On Mother's Day, I hire his band.
Okay.
His band is amazing.
Yeah.
And I went to the Improv, so I'm like, look, let's do Mother's Day.
Yeah.
2:00 show.
Yeah.
They're like, what?
Yeah.
On a Sunday?
Yeah.
Trust me. And so we had the band, and they played some wonderful jazz during brunch.
Yeah.
And then we had a show.
Really?
And so it kind of became a tradition.
Yeah.
To do the Mother's Day jazz brunch.
And so is that what you do at the Improv? Really?
Yeah, on Mother's Day.
So what are you doing now so that you can be off the road and other ways to keep busy and to make some income, but not have to be gone 50 weeks out of the year?
Yeah, and you know what? The road is no longer... the road is a young man's game.
Yeah.
It's a young cat's game. What can I say?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And when I look back on it and I think, Trenton, I did all that without an iPhone.
Yeah.
I did it with a Thomas guide.
Yeah. With a map.
I did. I had to learn how to drive in the rain and the snow.
And it's got to be very different for women.
It is.
It's got to be.
It is, yeah.
You know?
I slept a lot of nights with the chair against the door.
Yeah, I believe that. 100%.
Been run out of town before.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, you got to tell me that story. Wait.
Oh,
where did you get run out of?
Mississippi.
Why? Because there was just too much of the Bible Belt?
Yeah. Well, you know, and they're like, yeah, you're a Mexican ass.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And so the other comic, he was black, and so I rang his room. Again, no cell phones.
Yeah.
You know, I thank God I remembered what room he was in. We got in the car, we left.
I remember I did, I think it was Honda, Arizona, middle of nowhere. It was a Indian reservation.
That's a hate state.
Oh, Arizona? It's a tough one. And I remember the guy said that the week before, because they do it every Monday or something, the week before, the comic was so bad, they told him, they said, look, you need to leave. And he was like, yeah, I'm leaving in the morning. They were like, no.
Tonight.
You need to leave tonight. So he had to drive. I think it was like 4 hours to Phoenix. He had to go out, get out. That is crazy.
There were times, I mean, I remember doing the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
When I first started, I would do the Laugh Factory early show.
Okay.
Run over to the Comedy Store and do the main show.
Yeah.
And then run back to Laugh Factory and do the midnight show.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So what do you feel like is your home club now?
This one.
Brad Garrett's?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I love this room.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's so much, I know it's the room and I know it's Brad, but it's who comes through.
Yeah.
Because he gets the best of the best. Yeah. And these are guys that were in my graduating class.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so Alonzo Bowden, Jack Cohen.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, Ralph Harris.
Yeah.
So all these people were in my graduating class.
Yeah, when you say graduate at Ice House. Really?
No, not at Ice House, just in general.
Just your fraternity, sorority at the time. We were in the same group coming up. That's so good.
Yeah,
That's
because we all spread out, you know, and did something else.
Yeah.
I do like comedy and magic too, because in July, they do that anniversary thing where we can all catch up and see each other.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So only now have I been thinking, what can I do now? I've done it.
Yeah.
I've checked off a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's time to get a new dream.
Okay.
And that's hard to figure out what your new dream is.
Yeah, or the next chapter.
Right.
What do you? I know you do public speaking.
I do. I'm working on a keynote, and that's been going through a lot of changes.
Okay.
And with keynote speaking, you got to find your passion, and I have several.
Okay.
We have. I'm a strong ally of the LBGTQ plus.
Right.
A lot of letters.
Yeah, it's a lot of
letters. But I am a strong ally.
That's good.
And love them with all my heart.
Okay. Do they love you?
Yes.
Like when you do San Fran, do they just come out in droves?
You know, they'll come wherever I am.
That's so good.
Yeah.
That's what you want. That's good.
And even though I'm talking about relationships, you know, everybody
gets it.
Yeah, everybody
gets it. Yeah.
So, but with what's going on in our country, I have one child who is in that group.
Okay.
And, you know, it just speaks to me strongly.
Yeah.
We were asked, I think we left before we were asked a church to leave.
Really?
Yeah. And you know, I lost some gigs, you know, some women's gigs and stuff,
because of it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the religion thing because I was born and raised in the South, Southern Baptist. How do I put this? I am losing faith in religious people, and I probably should never have faith in people anyway.
No.
But does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just watch Trump and different hateful things, and it's challenging to continue the faith. Yeah. But anyway, that's a whole.
It is. Hard. And I went to go see a speaker, Jen Hatmaker, and she was speaking, and she lost all of her speaking gigs. She was in the church. She lost all of her speaking gigs. They burned her books overnight. They threatened her family. They threatened her with death threats. And she said, and I'm just an ally.
Right.
how do you think people in LGBTQ feel?
Yeah.
And so I'm such a strong supporter and have such immense love for the community.
Yeah.
I want to be able to go out there and talk about it, and that our cis kids are the same as our trans kids.
Right.
Our cis kids are the same as our pansexual kids.
Right.
They're the same. We still want you to take out the trash and get a job, call your grandma.
You're exactly the same.
Yeah, and I get all your labels, but one of those labels should be employed.
Yeah.
And I think there's this sigh of relief from young audience members
Yes.
going,
Thank
oh my
you.
gosh, thanks for,
Yeah.
wow, you're a mom.
Yeah, yeah.
You're treating me like
it's bigger than just my sexuality or whatever.
Exactly.
I'm just like that.
Exactly.
That's so neat.
Yeah.
I think that's that's great. I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't know that I don't know that they have enough allies.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Right.
So as a minority, I always appreciate when there's an ally that's
Right.
not necessarily a minority.
And,
even though you're a minority, and you're a woman, so you get it.
I got it double.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're short, you might have a triple. Right? You got a triple. So, oh my
In
God.
child size.
What do you feel like is those moments, that one moment where you said, okay, I've sacrificed blah, 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 and I've finally done it. Like I did it. Was it the Emmy nomination? Was it the pilot?
No, it comes in waves. It comes like, oh my God, I did that.
Yeah.
Or you'll see somebody on TV and go, I did that. I met that person. I work with it. Or you see yourself on TV. I'm like, oh,
That's me.
So it comes in waves.
Yeah.
And it's hard. I remember coming home one day and I was washing dishes.
Mhm.
I did 5 shows in one day. I did a talk show on PBS.
Right.
And it was Emmy nominated, and we won the Peabody.
Did you?
Won the National
That's such a
Peabody.
big, congratulations.
It really is a big
That's
deal.
such a big deal.
And,
do you have it at your home? Like
I do. And I know we rearranged our house to have it painted and everything.
Yeah.
I'm looking around, where's my Peabody? Can we put my Peabody back up?
Right, yeah.
And so I came home after, I would do 5 shows in one day because it saved the studio so much money.
Yeah.
And once the girl's on, why not?
Yeah.
So I did 5 shows in one day, and I would come home dog tired.
Yeah.
I remember doing dishes, and I didn't even eat there. And I'm like, hey guys, I didn't even eat here tonight.
Right.
Why am I doing dishes? My husband goes, keeping you real, babe.
Keeping you humble. Miss
Because
Peabody.
kids will pull you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I think it's amazing though. I'm listening to your story and you're shooting all day and come home and do the dishes. It's just like it's a regular job.
Yeah.
It's just like anybody else that's going to the post office all day and comes home and
Mom, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I cooked a chicken in my glove box. And so then I would start doing Pollo Loco Tuesday.
Yeah.
Just drive through and get dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
All right, so
Not that they weren't supportive.
No.
I want to say that. Not that they were, but I still had that mentality of being a mom, and that it had to get done by mom.
Yeah.
And as much as I preach about it on stage, about getting all that work parceled out, I still tend to just hang on to stuff because nobody knows how to do it like I
mom
do.
can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
Yeah.
So I didn't mean to cut you off. I cut you off when you said what is the next chapter? You said you're public speaking.
I also love women's groups. Oh my God, I love women's groups. Yeah. When you get 500 women there, your joke can be shorthand. They're right there with you. They just love it. Good. And so I'm hoping that by being an ally of the LGBTQ+, that it doesn't hinder.
Nice.
Because a lot of those are faith-based.
Yeah.
And I'm praying that the church opens its heart.
I hope they do.
To everybody.
Yeah, I hope
just
so.
Everybody. Because there's so much that they can learn and so much I want to say.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because when I wanted to know more, my littlest one, she's 20, but she sat me down. She goes, Mom, okay, here we go. We're going to do a flow chart. Here we go. Cisgender. Cisgender is a boy who's born a boy with boy parts and identifies as a boy that's cisgender male. Then we went on cisgender female. And then we went on to transgender. We went on to transsexual. We did them all. And she got to asexual. And she goes, that's somebody who doesn't want sex at all. And I said, oh, I think that's me. She goes, no, Mommy, you're just tired. So we broke this down and we had a ball.
Oh,
and
cool.
So I took it on stage.
Yeah.
And even people in the community were going, I didn't even know that much.
Yeah, here you're back to teaching.
Yeah.
You're teaching.
Yeah.
I think that speaks to your calling.
Someone's here.
Somebody's here. Let's see how much time we got real quick. Okay, 7:17. We're good. We're at 29 minutes, so we're good. So we'll get ready to wrap up. But I got a question. Do you have any dates that you want to talk about? But think about this. This will drop 2 weeks from today. So do you have any March, April dates that you want to plug?
March, April. I'm doing some of those women's events.
Are you really? Good for you. Are they local in California? Or are you going all over?
Oh no, you travel.
You do.
You know what I mean? When you're in California, you can't make money.
Yeah.
You can't.
I know.
You're at a club and the weigh-ins walk in.
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to get in time.
You're right.
Because they come in packs.
Right.
So, you're not getting time.
Right.
So you got to leave town to make money.
Yeah, I agree.
And also, my husband and I, like I said, we've been married for 21 years.
Nice.
And he has been so amazingly supportive in my career. And he has since started a new career.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to take my turn and support him.
Nice. Travis, you want to come over and say something? You want to get in it for 2 seconds? No?
And you know what?
Great.
I listen to people and you ask them about their dreams and you ask them about their goals and you ask them what's on their bucket list.
Yeah.
And so many of them say relationships. You know, they have this, they have that. I want a good, solid relationship.
Yeah.
I want a husband or a wife to come home to.
Yeah.
And it's so important. And I realize how blessed I am, how lucky I am.
That's so good.
And how hard we work at it to keep it going. Because that's at the top of a lot of people's list.
Yeah.
And so
Jack said something earlier today, and you hit on it. I think it's great that when you have a partner that's super supportive, I think that means the world.
Yeah.
Jack said, I met the right girl, and it was hard. And I think people think because of movies,
the right girl,
and it was hard. I think people think because of the movies, when they meet the right person, it means they won't have to work.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's the case at all.
No.
It's just the right person is a person that's worth fighting for.
No. Last night, I didn't. We were walking here, and I didn't get on that walking escalator. I'm like, just walk this way. And he got on the walking escalator, and it wasn't until the next morning he goes, yeah, so about that walking escalator. I'm like, what? So you got to learn how to laugh. You got to learn how to roll with the punches.
Yeah.
And, it's not always easy. And it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But out of everything I've done, and I'm so proud that my girls have seen me do a lot of things. The first Latina to get a pilot.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's a big deal. How do we not talk about that? That's a big deal.
Because it didn't go.
Yeah.
And, when it doesn't go, and I had... people want you to be the star of the pilot. But I had a good friend, Sherry Shepard, who was always the best friend. In fact, in my pilot, she was my best friend. Sherry always worked. Yeah. Because they never put all their money on Sherry.
Yeah.
She was always that second funny banana.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier to be the second person than it is to be the lead.
Right, because the lead, if it doesn't go, they won't touch you for 5 years.
Yeah.
Almighty. Yeah.
Hollywood's such a strange
It is so,
Yeah. But it is... the only reason I say it's changing is because now we got Netflix and Hulu and blah, blah, blah. And so now there's so many other avenues. Does that make sense?
My manager, my very first manager, we went out to lunch. He goes, Debbie, one day you're going to be able to watch whatever you want on TV. You're just going to turn on, pick what you want to watch. And then the person in the next room, they can watch whatever they want. I'm like... Yeah.
Right, and now look at it.
And now you can, which is great because now you can find a comic that
speaks to you. Yeah. It's good and bad. Right, because it used to be, let's say, 30 years ago, if somebody did Johnny Carson, TV at 11 o'clock at night, anybody that was watching had to be watching one of 3 channels. Right. Because everything else was the pink and blue screen, right? Yeah. Now, at 11 at night, you literally can be watching 2,000 different things.
Right.
With
and
Netflix.
Still find nothing to watch.
So, man. Yeah. So, what do you think? What's been your biggest kind of setback? What really hurt? I mean, outside of divorce, I know that relationship stuff, but in the
business,
was that? Oh, that was a good one.
That was fine. It was a reasonable decision. Yeah. Everything we had done, we completed. Yeah. We still are good friends.
Okay, that's good.
It just wasn't right, and it was the perfect time to just move on. Okay. And we wish each other well. We still see each other. Good. We have kids in common. Yeah.
Are any of your children married yet?
No.
Okay.
No, not yet. But they don't want to be.
That's good.
I don't know. I don't know. I shouldn't say they don't want to be, but it's not a big,
it's not a big
I don't know. They have so many other things going on. Yeah. It's not like I raise girls to only want to be. Yeah.
So did you have all girls? No. Am I doing this wrong? What'd I do?
No, you're right.
Is that right? Okay. So, so they don't want to, none of them are married right now, but they don't feel the pressure on them, which is good.
I don't think they feel the pressure because they have so much else going on.
Yes, I felt the pressure being from the South.
Yeah.
It was like, go to college, get a degree, get a job, get married.
Yeah.
And then I got a divorce.
Yeah. No, I'm glad that they see me in a great relationship.
That's phenomenal.
I'm glad that they feel close to me. I'm glad they see that I can do what I do for a living.
Okay.
And they see that I'm succeeded in a male-dominated field.
Good.
And so, I would never want to pigeonhole and pick out which one meant more because I'm a well-rounded role model for them, I think.
That's phenomenal.
And I learn from them too.
That's phenomenal.
You got to keep your ear open.
Yeah.
You can't go back in my day. And so, and the other passion I have is millennials.
Okay.
And, I'm just like, they got to get out and vote. What happened in the last couple days with this high school shooting? And these kids are going, we're kids. You're the adults. Why aren't you helping us?
Yes.
And I'm thinking, hang on, kids. You can vote in 3 years.
Yeah.
You can flip everything.
Yes.
You can flip everything the next election. Now that you're good and mad and you realize you have a voice.
Yeah.
And we need that voice.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I agree with you. All right, so before we wrap up, I want to give you the floor to say whatever you want. Anything you want to say, anything that I failed to ask. What would you like to, anything. Or you don't have to say anything, but I don't want to put pressure on it. But I want to make sure you were able to say what you wanted to say.
I don't know. What do I want to say? This is my chance. What do I wake you up in the middle of the night talking about?
Numbers. Shut up, stop snoring.
How did this guy get elected? I loved being at the time I was in comedy. I loved it. It was a good time for me.
Yeah.
They were still handing out deals.
Yeah.
I got a deal.
Good for you.
I got a chance to do a pilot.
Good.
I got a chance to do a talk show. I did it all.
Yeah.
I did talk show, game show. I sat in for Rosie O'Donnell and did a pilot for her.
Yeah.
I got to be on The Chew and The View and in a movie.
Nice.
And,
You've done it. You got to do
I did it all, and it was
good.
so much fun. And it's so
good.
hard now to sit here and go, okay, what's my next dream?
Yeah.
I don't want to be that, what are you on now?
I know, yeah.
I want to be able to have something fabulous to say, but I realized too that fabulous has to be deep inside you, like it was when I was 6.
Right.
It's not something you just grab out of the air.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds good. I'll give it. And I did that. Yeah, I did. I made the mistake of doing that.
Yeah.
I'll give this a try because we all get to that certain age and stage in our career where we're looking for the next big thing, and it really has to come from the quiet part of your heart.
Yeah.
And I'm so blessed. I have a tremendously supportive spouse.
Good.
Because that makes it possible for me to stop and take a breath.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you making the time.
Thank
I'm
you.
so excited. This is Debi Gutierrez.
We're going to be on in a little bit.
We got to go make some people laugh. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out at the Father's Day podcast. You can always follow me at Trenton Comedy. Debi, where are you on? Are you on Twitter, social media?
I'm on Debi on the web, DEBI.
DEBI
on the web.com.
So make sure you follow.
Or Mommy Comic.
That's
my gang name.
There we go.
Can I say that really
You
quick?
can say that, of
because
course, yes.
I would work these little rooms with like Willie Barcena and Jeff Garcia and Gabriel Iglesias, and we would work these little Mexican bars, right? And this guy was getting arrested. This big, huge Samoan gang member was getting arrested during my set, and he goes, I want to see the Mommy Comic. So the guys were going, Mommy Comic. And so then when I had the wherewithal to start my own company, we named it Mommy Comic Inc.
Oh my God, that's such a good story.
My gang name.
Did he ever get out of jail?
I don't know. Those gang members always want to take a picture with me,
Do
too.
they really?
Yeah, there's always 2 on the floor like this. Throw your sign, Mommy Comic, throw your sign.
Oh man, that's phenomenal. All right, well, thank you guys. This has been Debi Gutierrez. She's hilarious. If you ever get a chance, go see her. She's hilarious. I'm working with her all week, and it's an honor and a pleasure. Love you guys. See you next week.